Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. And thanks to Ashton Agar for coming along and having a chat today. As always, guys, keep your cameras off. And if you have a question, let me know in the chat box and we'll get underway as soon as you guys are ready. Okay, we don't have, Andrew McGlashan is there. Andrew, do you want to kick this off as always, mate?
Thanks, Cole. I will do. Hi, Ashton. I hope you're well. What was the biggest sort of learning you took from the tours of West Indies and Bangladesh from a personal point of view?
That there are a lot of good T20 teams out there, and also I think you have to adapt really quickly to foreign conditions. I think that was the biggest one. Every team's good. There's no doubt about that, and that's probably the funnest part of playing in the World Cup. But adapting quickly to those conditions is essential, particularly in a tournament style play. So that would be the biggest takeaway.
Can you see a scenario in this World Cup coming up where potentially the three specialist spinners, yourself, Adam, and Mitch, could play in the same 11?
It's definitely a possibility. Obviously, it's all dependent on the surfaces that we get. I think we've seen the IPL now that the wickets are getting a little bit tired. We'll probably get some fresh wickets for the World Cup. But it would be really exciting. It was fun to do that in Bangladesh, to have all three of us playing, and it made a really good impact on the game. And I know we all enjoy playing together as well, and we just enjoy each other's company. So there's a really nice sense of camaraderie there in our sort of spin group, and I think we all contribute equally on the field.
And just last one from me. How do you've had quite a settled run in the T20 side now. I know you've had a couple of injuries along the way, but how do you feel you've developed as a bowler over the last 12, 18 months?
It's really hard to describe. I think I'm just open to what's happening out in the middle. I'm enjoying trying new things and really just trying to display my skills when I'm actually out there playing the game, not looking to minimize damage, but looking to, maximize potential, I guess, and help the team win as many games with what I can bring to the table. So that's a lot of fun when I guess that sort of international arena turns into your playground. And it's kind of that feeling you have when you're a kid playing at home. There's no sort of fear. There's just an openness to what could go right, I guess.
Thanks, Ashton. Cheers.
Thanks.
Josh McLean.
Hi, Ashton. The IPL has certainly thrown up some different conditions, some fairly low and slow wickets on occasions as well. Is that what you're expecting in the World Cup?
I'm not expecting too much of that straight away. I think it'd be dangerous to go in there with a solid expectation. Obviously, the wickets have been a bit low and slow, and they've played on those wickets time and time again now. Like I said before, I think we'll get some fresh wickets, but traditionally the wickets over here are pretty low and pretty slow. So I'm sure we'll get somewhere in between the IPL wickets and a fresh wicket sort of style pitch over here.
Have you had a chat to the boys that have played over the last few weeks in the tournament on sort of how to handle that and how to play on that?
Yeah, I had just a couple of text message conversations. Nathan Coulton-Isle was telling me that they're getting pretty tired, the pitches, which is really good news as a spinner. Selfishly, we love those conditions. Would the whole team want that? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to adapt to whatever wicket we're faced with. But anything that helps the spinner is always nice. So, and I feel like we've got the spinners in our group, or the bowlers in general, who can adapt really well to those pitches and can really suit those styles of wickets.
Yeah, and just on that point, obviously Australia, this feels like the final frontier for Australian cricket, just having never really gone to that next level and won a T20 World Cup. Do you think the fact that we've got yourself and Zamps and Swepo, feels like we've got a stronger spin brigade than we've ever had in the T20 squad? Could that be the difference?
Yeah, it's cool. It is really cool coming into this tournament with three really good spinners who enjoy playing together, who understand each other really well. Zamps and I have formed a really good partnership out there for a number of years now. and we feel like we own that role really nicely. And to have Swepo with us as well is awesome. You know, we've seen how good he can be when he played against India back in Australia, a very good Indian team. And also when he played against Bangladesh, he came out there and I think he was man of the match in his first game out there. So, yeah, 3 quality spinners definitely helps. But like I said, we've got a full strength squad, a full strength team that we'll take out there. Guys are firing at the right time. We just need to put that all together, I guess, and win as many games as we can and kind of enjoy the journey along the way. It would be really cool to win the World Cup, but you know, let's not look too far ahead at that. Each game, we've just got to go in and tackle one by one.
Thanks, mate.
John Pierrick.
Hi, Ashton. Just a question on Mitchy Marsh. You've seen him sort of progress through the years and overcome sort of so many hurdles. Do you hope now he can have a really good run at it and sort of, I guess, avoid injuries? And what sort of changes have you perhaps subtle changes have you seen in his game in the last year or so?
I'm just so happy for Mitch, to be honest. He's copped a hell of a lot over his career, and a lot of it is pretty unwarranted, I think. Yeah, he's had some, you know, some low scores here and there, like everyone does in a career, especially when you start at quite a young age. And he's handled that incredibly well to just keep coming back. I think that's been his greatest strength. He always comes back. But now he's batting like I've never seen someone bat before. You know, first ball in the net, he's crunching it for 6 no matter who's bowling at him. He played, you know, with great responsibility, poise, and also aggression in the West Indies and Bangladesh on surfaces that were really hard to score runs on. So, yeah, like I said, I'm stoked for him. But for Mitch, what I see in him is a person who's just really comfortable with who they are. He owns who he is. We love him for who he is, and he's just going out there, like I said before, with an openness, and he's just ready to take on whatever is in front of him. So I'm excited for him. I think he's, you know, hitting his straps at the right time.
Thanks, Ashton.
Rob Forsyth.
Hey, Ashton. This will be the first time DRS is used at a men's T20 World Cup, and I think it's going to be 2 reviews for each team. How much of a game changer do you think that sort of could be, and particularly for you know, like you were talking about the 3 spinners, does it help the selection case at all?
In terms of DRS and selection case?
Yeah, just the fact there's 2 reviews there.
I don't think it'll change anything in terms of selection, but I think DRS is good for the game in general. You know, it goes both ways, but it just sort of levels up the playing field. I think, you know, if a poor decision is made, or, you know, there's a tight call, you make sure that those decisions are right, and they can make or break games. But I think that's a good thing, to be honest. Their DRS is there, I guess, for the howler traditionally, but you know, whoever uses it the best and at the right times seems to come out on top.
Andrew Wu.
Yeah, g'day, Ashton. Given the, I guess, the likely importance spin will play on those pitches, and how spin is quite important in T20 generally, would you take it upon yourself, you know, that responsibility of, you know, being a bit of a match winner with the ball at international level, given that you've had a lot of success in the last 18 months with the ball? I mean, would you take that, you know, responsibility on your shoulders to be the difference with the ball?
To be honest, I've tried to take on that responsibility every time I play. And it's really fun. It's nice to feel like an important member in a side. But I guess that's the pride I take in myself when I walk out to play. Every time I play, I want to make a difference to a game with the ball or with the bat or in the field. For me, it's kind of all 3. I'm trying to do my best in all 3. But, you know, over the last couple of years, the biggest difference I've made has been with the ball. So, yeah, and nothing changes going into this tournament for me. I'll be doing my best to have as much of an impact as I can. And I think for the spinner, it's about, especially when you've got another spinner in the side, what Xantz and I have done well is work out our roles on the day. You know, sometimes I might be taking the wickets and Xantz is looking to defend one end, or it's the other way around where he starts really well. We communicate that on the field regularly, and I'll do my best to tie up an end so he can attack from the other end. So it's also about working really well in that partnership, so we can maximise, like I said, our impact on the game.
Has the last 18 months given you a lot more confidence that you can do it at international level as well?
Yeah, absolutely. When you start doing well and start believing that you belong out there, you start enjoying it a lot more, I think. And you also start to realise that, like, gee, getting here for 6 a couple of times is going to happen. It doesn't really matter that much. And you sort of realise that every ball is an opportunity to have a positive impact on the game. So you don't shy away from those moments. You sort of lean into that sort of, lean into the possibility of where something could go really well or it could go wrong. But you sort of just learn that it's not too bad if it does go wrong, and you just keep going for the next one. So it's really fun. Yeah, it's a really beautiful feeling, to be honest.
Thanks, Ashton.
Last one here, I think, guys. Alex Conrad.
Hey, Ashton, how's it going? Good,
thanks, Matt. How are you?
Not too bad. I was just wondering if you had a chance to see Justin Langer's LinkedIn post today. He sort of posted an interesting thing that said, stay true to yourself. Remember it's better for people to value you for who you are. I was wondering if you've had a chance to see that post and sort of what your thoughts on that are.
No, I haven't actually seen that post, but so what was it? It was just sounds like a bit of an inspirational quote, does it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's been, criticised from the outside quite recently for I guess, coaching style that may have rubbed people sort of the wrong way. He's sort of changed the culture since he came in. How has he been in the lead up to the World Cup?
Well, I guess speaking on this post, from what it sounds like, it's just a inspirational thing. And from the couple of lines that you gave me, that's staying true to yourself and being who you are is kind of probably one of JL's biggest strengths, I guess. He's got strong values and morals as a person, and he sticks to them unwaveringly. Knowing him over 10 years, not a lot has changed there, and I respect him a lot for that. But I guess in terms of all the criticism and everything that he's copped, to still be here, to listen, to the feedback, to be dragged through the media while you're in quarantine, all of these different things. I think if that happened to you or I, we would be absolutely shattered. But speaking to him recently, he's doing really well. And I think everyone respects that he has listened and will do whatever he can to suit the needs of the team. So you can't help but respect that, and we'll back him in 100% in this tournament and going forward. So yeah, I just think we have to have a bit of understanding around how horrible that experience would have been, and respect, someone coming out of that and still doing their best.
Thanks, Ashton.
Thanks, Ashton, and thanks, Alex. I think that's the last one, guys. So again, thanks everyone for your time today, and we'll catch up with all of you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks, Ashton.
Cheers, Ashton.
Cool. Cheers, guys. Thanks.